Reaction to Resistance: How the Gunpowder Incident Fueled a Virginian Revolution by Becca Bush, Lily Moore, and Owen Keister.
Historical question. To what extent did the royal governor of Virginia taking the colonists' supply of gunpowder affect the tensions that led up to the American Revolution?
Thesis: Tensions had been growing in the Virginia colonies for years. Eventually, on April 21, 1775, the royal governor of Virginia struck the first move by ordering the Royal Marines to retrieve 15 half-barrels of gunpowder from the public magazine at midnight. When the colonists awoke to this, they reacted with outrage towards the governor and protested. They threatened violence to him and his family if he did not return the gunpowder. These tensions added on to the growing rebellion and would eventually lead to the Revolutionary War.
The powder magazine was an octagonal-shaped building, originally built as such. It had clay roofing tiles and brick walls. It was used as a storehouse for anything a soldier might need starting in 1714, and in 1775, Lord Dunmore ordered the Royal Marines to take certain supplies, gunpowder being the most prominent.
Who was Lord Dunmore? Lord Dunmore was a Scottish aristocrat. He was also an earl and a member of the House of Lords. He was one of the wealthiest and most powerful people of British society. He was the governor of Virginia.
Lord Dunmore was also the royal governor of both New York and Virginia. He tried to get rid of the House of Burgesses, which would raise heavy tensions in Virginia. He was born in 1730 and would die in 1809, living to be 79 years old. Colonists were already suspicious of their governor, Lord Dunmore. Royal governors like him had already begun taking their colonists' gunpowder out of fear of rebellion. Tensions were high everywhere in the colonies, and Virginia was no exception. Colonists thought that the British were siding with the growing revolts from the enslaved people and were worried that the gunpowder may have been stolen to aid them. This would later be the major threat Lord Dunmore would make to the colonists.
The colonists could revolt any day now. I can feel tensions rising with them. That's why I'm ordering the Royal Navy to go to the magazine in the center of town tonight and steal 15 barrels of gunpowder.
Being a watchman is a brutal assignment. It's thankless, boring, and high risk.
Agreed. Not to mention it's the middle of the night. I ought to be in bed by now.
It seems like no one's coming. What if...
Whatever you're thinking, it's a bad idea.
We should leave our post.
Absolutely not. We can get fired.
What are the chances they come as tonight?
Well, if the Royal Marines show up, it's your fault.
Well worth it.
What happened? In the middle of the night, on April 21st, 1775, the colonists, who were supposed to be watching over the magazine, left their post. Soon after, the royal governor of Virginia, Lord Dunmore, had 15 half-barrels of gunpowder retrieved from the local magazine.
The gunpowder! It's all gone!
The first step. When the colonists found out what their governor had done, they were furious. They reacted by protesting and writing letters threatening bloodshed to him and all of his accomplices if he didn't return the gunpowder immediately.
What's our plan?
We revolt and threaten the governor until he gives in to our demands.
Excellent. We shall do both.
This is a piece of writing about the event. It explains the incident from when the gunpowder was taken, how much was taken, and where it was taken to. It describes how the colonists would like a restoration of what they so justly supposed.
The second step. After the initial reaction from the colonists, Dunmore assured them he had only taken the gunpowder for their safety. All around Virginia, slaves had been uprising, and he used that as an excuse for why he took the gunpowder. He said that if he had not taken it, the slaves would have taken it, and used it to start a revolution. But the truth was that he didn't trust the gunpowder to be within the colonists' possession.
The third step. Colonial leaders met with Dunmore to talk. They explained that without the gunpowder, they felt vulnerable to attacks from enslaved people. Colonists saw the gunpowder incident as a confirmation from Britain that they are encouraging these attacks. In counter, Dunmore states, "I had removed the powder lest the African Americans might have seized upon it, to a place of security, from whence, when I saw occasion, I would at any time deliver it to the people."
The fourth step. Crowds were satisfied enough with Dunmore's response, but tension still remained. Dunmore later confirmed, though, to the House of Burgesses that if any British official was harmed, he would declare freedom to the slaves and reduce the city of Williamsburg to ashes. Later, Patrick Henry would publicly go against Dunmore and tell him to either return the gunpowder or pay them what was owed. Patrick Henry later accepted the 330 pounds that was owed, so Dunmore wouldn't follow through on his threat.
The last step. The tensions would not go away, however. Dunmore says that threats continued to him and his wife and eventually drove them and their children out of the governor's palace. Eventually, on November 7th, Dunmore officially declared Virginia to be an official state of rebellion. He then followed through on his threat to free and arm enslaved Virginians.
In conclusion, the gunpowder incident was a very significant event that led to the Revolutionary War. It raised tensions and rebellion between the colonists and the British. Lastly, it is what caused Virginia to be officially stated as a state of rebellion.